There was a funny ass thing happened when we were like the M. Night Shyamalan movie trailer came on. It was like Knock at the Cabin or some shit. And we're watching it and like we're watching the trailer and then it says an M. Night Shyamalan film and the lady behind me, she's like, uh-oh. The whole fucking theater cracked up.
You had hopes until that popped up.
In a world of bad movies, two follically challenged men will stop at nothing to share their opinions of them. Their wives are tired of listening, but are you? This isn't the podcast you deserve, but it's the one you need. Prepare yourself for Bald Guys and Bad Movies.
Welcome to episode 36 of Bald Guys and Bad Movies. I am I am Troy here with Santa Claus. Hi, Santa.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, Santa. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here. Have my trusty hammer skull crusher.
Is that what you call your penis these days, Santa? Because that's what I see in your hand right now.
That's what Mrs. Claus calls my penis. Thank you very much.
Skull crusher?
That's right.
Yeah. I get a nice or not so nice visual with that. Hey, we're getting closer to Christmas, man. Have you guys got your Christmas shopping done for Noah?
No. Have you?
We're more than halfway there.
So yeah, this Friday I'm going to probably do a whole bunch of, I think most of the stuff we have is probably all online, so we're just going to Amazon it all and get it in there.
Wait, Noah doesn't listen to these reviews, right?
No.
Okay. Just a note to me later if I need to cut this out.
Oh, no, he doesn't listen.
Dear Diary, I find out there's no Santa from Dad's fucking dumb podcast.
Well, speaking of, is that the reason you told me not to take him, or just because it was so brutal?
Well, brutality mainly, but right. Yeah, that's a good one.
There was a big, like, Santa's not real, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, good thing I didn't fucking bring Noah.
Yeah, but it ends with him, being real and belief. Yeah. But who needs the doubt, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to raise those questions.
Exactly.
Show him that shit after you have the conversation.
Exactly.
So we are reviewing, in case you haven't guessed,
Violent Night.
Violent Night. Oh. He even did a Santa laugh a few times.
Yeah, he did.
It's nice how he kind of worked that in. Violent Night. Violent Night is a 2022 American Christmas action comedy starring David Harbour. He's a nice boy. As Santa Claus, who fights mercenaries who have taken a wealthy family hostage in their home. Also stars John Leguizamo and a very weird-looking Beverly D'Angelo. Oof.
Well, old. I mean.
Well, old. Not more than old. Like, the face work. God.
Well, yeah, but I mean.
Just go natural, man. Anyway, that's basically it. Santa meets Die Hard. Die Hard meets
Home Alone.
Oh boy, does it ever. So would you recommend Violent Night?
Hell to the fucking yes.
This movie is the fucking balls, man. This
movie
was fun.
Is
in a good way. It is.
It's great.
Probably one, I'll say one of, not the, but one of my favorite movies of the year.
Oh, wow. It's good. It's fun.
So I took the whole family. Chloe, Logan, my wife Robin, we were all laughing, and it worked. Theater was into it. People laughing.
Yep. My theater was into it, too. It was a great time, man.
Yeah, this is just a fun movie, dude.
Dude, this just the way they started it. I was just like, oh, God. Everyone in the whole theater groaned.
Dude, when he got in the sleigh, and then the woman, the bar, because he starts off with him in a bar,
right.
the real Santa, and he's being consoled by store shop Santa.
Right.
No one loves Christmas anymore, and everyone's all jaded. He goes up, he gets on the sleigh on the roof and takes off. The woman races up to give him he forgot something, or I forget why she goes up there.
Oh no, she goes up like that's just to the roof.
Oh,
You're gonna
right.
kill yourself.
Thinks a drunk asshole is gonna kill himself
because he is shit faced.
But then he leans over the sleigh and then vomits.
What happens is she goes up. She's like, oh my god. She's looking up and she's like, it's really Santa.
Angelic music's playing.
Yeah, angelic music. And right as she's looking up in complete and utter, childhood awe, he vomits off the side of his sleigh right onto her face. And it's just it's so freaking
steamy
nasty.
Vomit. And not just vomit, but like all the bar nuts he's been chomping on.
Yep.
So right before it happened, I was like, oh, I would have a vomit on him. He's going to vomit. And they did it like, yes, I'm in good hands. Sick bastards that wrote this movie. They're on my level. I love this movie. I highly recommend it. It is not for kids. Too. Not
Definitely
for little
not.
wee ones, because
nope.
They openly talk about not just that there is no Santa, but there's violent deaths.
Yes.
This is borderline a Friday the 13th movie.
Dude, just utter
carnage.
Utter mayhem. Yeah. I think there was more carnage in this than there was in Friday the 13th.
Probably. I would say, yeah.
It was utterly brutal. Utterly brutal.
So we highly, highly recommend. And then we'll get into spoilers. What was your favorite part, Mike?
The scene out in the what is it, the boathouse or the cabin out in the backyard when he gets with the hammer and he's just destroying all the
minions.
I just love it. Die Hard 2. When I love they come rolling up on their freaking snow machines and I was like they're bad guys. They're in cahoots. I'm like, this is Die Hard 2 all the way.
I think they totally knew what they were ripping off. They did it openly.
Yep.
My favorite part, believe it or not, even though I fucking love David Harbour in this role, he is amazing. All his kills were great. The little girl, the rated R Home Alone.
Holy shit, dude.
People, what if Home Alone was realistic?
Yes, it was so fucked up. That was really good.
Fucking bloody and brutal. And
dude.
The big muscular guy, the muscular bad guy henchman.
Bjorn.
Bjorn. I thought, okay, Harbor's going to get in a fisticuffs with him. The fucking little girl takes him out.
Hell yeah.
A la a nail on an attic ladder. Oh wait, dude. She saws the step. He breaks the step, and his chin hits, and it goes up through his jaw, through his fucking mouth. The nail, and he's not dead. He's just like. Then he pulls himself off and falls back on the nail trap that she had. Yeah, that they saw, and that was a funny thing. You stupid kid. You gotta hide the traps for them to work.
Yeah, booby traps only work if you don't see them.
Yeah.
It was so good, dude. It was so good.
10 seconds later, impaled, bleeding. And the chick who gets stuck in the glue.
Oh,
she winds up bent
brutal.
over backwards. She has to peel her scalp, tears out chunks of her scalp.
Oh, God. She's like, fuck. She's like crabbing at her head, like, fuck. Literally, they show the back. She scalped. I swear to God.
Now I want rated R Home Alone.
Rated R Home Alone.
Maybe someone can go in original and put blood and shit in it. I don't know.
There you go.
Or I would just do a new one, make it rated R. I want more of that. Just a movie filled with traps and death. That was my favorite part. Believe it or not, yes.
I could see that. That was probably a close second for me. But I just thought David Harbour, the way he handled that hammer, that sledgehammer, was
Skullbreaker.
Amazing. No, that wasn't Skullbreaker. He didn't even get to use Skullbreaker through the whole movie.
So that brings me to my only critique. And it's not even a critique.
They didn't show Mrs. Claus at the end.
No.
Oh, what?
I thought and when they burned the bag, I can't remember what came first because there was a little flashback. Santa in this movie was I'm just gonna say a Viking berserker. That's what he looked like.
That's what he said he was.
Yeah. So
he said he was a raider.
Before he became Santa Claus, he was a fucking maniac, just killer. Yeah. And his favorite hammer was Skullbreaker, and they showed it, and it was had the Viking markings and etching on it and whatever. I thought, I wonder if Santa's gonna, because the magic sack gives you, what you
right.
desire, or maybe, right? I thought he was gonna pull Stormbreaker out of there at some point.
Stormbreaker.
Yeah, or I mean, skull. What was it?
I don't know. I thought it was Skull Crusher, but maybe it was Skullbreaker.
Skullbreaker, whatever. But Mrs. Claus sends it at the very end, so that's okay too. It's not even like, oh, that's bad. It should have done it that way, but I was for sure that was going to happen. That he was going to pull his beloved hammer out of there, but no, he uses a regular hammer. But that's really the only other critique I could think of is, but even when I thought it, I'm like, yeah, but what are you going to do? Because the movie it hopscotches between comedy and John Wick violent, thrill kill movie, right?
Yeah.
And I felt the music kind of played it light, and it got dark,
I liked
heavy
that.
when it needed it, right?
I liked the fact that like he's like destroying these fools, and it's a super light, like airy sort of like Christmas fun music. Yeah,
like in the shack, it got really really like hardcore. So
did it?
I think so. I think they got.
I just remember there was a lot of it when he's destroying, like, messing fools up, and it's like super Christmassy sort of fun sort of music.
There's definitely a lot of that. I mean, I could be misremembering, and that's not really a critique. That was the only thought I had. But that's the only two things, dude. Everything else was like fucking perfect. John Leguizamo was great,
dude. John Leguizamo's death, holy shit, was the best fucking thing. That was just like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, I was like, holy
Mike,
shit.
That's another moment when it was happening, like, oh, he's going to go up the chimney, go up and come up behind him and stab him.
Yeah, me too.
Even better. I'm like, wait. Movie's like, nope, hold my beer, motherfucker.
Yeah.
He fucking grabs him, goes up the chimney as Santa, but that motherfucker, he's not magic. Just breaks apart. Just a flesh lump when he comes out the top.
A plop. Oh, man, it was so fucked up.
And the other thing I love, David Harbour, his Santa, he fucking loved it as much as we did. He was like, holy shit. Oh,
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
dude.
man. He's all, and what about when he's like at the beginning when he's handing out presents? And he's like, cash, video games, god damn it. He's like all fucking pissed off that all anyone wants is cash and video games. And remember he's like trying to like get something out of the bag to like help him fight the guy. And he's like, video game, goddamn video game. Doesn't anyone want a baseball bat nowadays? Like,
oh, and in that same fight, I think it was the same fight, he was trying to jump over the pool table like a hero. He was too fucking fat and out of shape.
He just, he just like rolls over it.
David Harbour is great, dude. Like,
he really is, man. I love David Harbour.
He is. I want to see this guy more and more and more.
Yeah.
Like, even though his Hellboy, the movie itself, was bad, he was great as Hellboy.
Yeah.
Like, he should have been in a better movie. And it sucks that he was in an awful version of Hellboy, because his Hellboy was fine.
Yep.
Like, and that's the highest praise I give you, because Ron Perlman, he fucking owns that shit. So.
Yeah, totally.
And Harbour, not only for the physicality, but like in Stranger Things, he brings so much heart to his role.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing this movie pulled off really well. There was actually a sweet little story going throughout. With all the mayhem or whatever, what a wire act the writers pulled off to do this. To have, the raunchy humor, the nutcracker.
Right.
He was gonna crack the guy's balls.
Oh my god, yeah. That was so funny. It's not called a nutcracker. It's not called a finger cracker. Come over here. And he gets the big old nutcracker over there.
Well, yeah, because first they broke his finger.
He said, well, it's not called a finger cracker. And that's like after he had broke his finger and he grabs the big one. Like, he didn't even say that it's called a nutcracker, because they were just like, it's called a nutcracker. You know what we're about to do. Dude, that guy was really good. I really liked the crazy looking
the
elf dude. Yeah, he was great. I thought he was hilarious.
And that brings me to another point. I like how Santa didn't kill everyone. Again, like the little girl, she took out one, almost took out the other one by herself. Santa had to help out at the end. But then the three, like her mom and the two other family members beat that guy to death with pokers. Right, I didn't see that coming. I thought for sure.
Yeah, me neither.
Santa was gonna like throw his ass.
It's nice to do something. It's nice to finally do something together as a family.
What about the douchebag actor boyfriend?
That was fucking funny. Oh my god!
Like across the board, it was just great casting, great characters. But the movie had a whole hell of a lot of heart. Oh, another of my favorite parts, this might be my second favorite part, is when they had tied Santa up. They caught him. They caught David Harbour. And they slowly, at least the two henchmen, I think Leguizamo was teetering. He was like, no, fuck this. This is crazy. When they realized this is actually Santa.
Yeah, totally.
I think they bought into it quicker than Leguizamo. That way he knew. How do you know my name?
Oh, well, he's like Bjorn. What about he was like, Bjorn, I'm sorry I didn't get you that bike you wanted in '92. And he was like, how did he know I wanted a bike? How did he know I wanted a bike? He was like, slightly as I was said, he's like, what the hell? What do you mean? Like, every kid wants a bike. It's like saying you like big tits. Like, of course. Like. Oh shit!
I fucking laughed out loud at that moment.
But at one point, he said something about like, I'm the real Santa. He's like, no, you're not. He's like, go upstairs and check. Prancer left a giant log up there for you.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I enjoyed how he didn't in the beginning. He didn't right away become like a sure-footed ass kicker.
Yeah.
Like he's been out of shape and not massacring people for centuries, right? So it took him a little bit to get
back in the swing of things.
Plus he was already like down and out, like, and that was nice how the little girl helped Santa to
get his mojo back.
Oh, that was really nice. The dad, which made me like the dad, because the dad could have been a douchebag. Right. He didn't take her to go see Santa to tell Santa what she wanted for Christmas. So he was like, fuck. Yeah. So he quickly thought on his feet, wrapped his little walkie-talkie, and like, here, you can tell Santa exactly what you want. And turns out it works because that walkie-talkie was able to latch onto the frequency of the bad guy's radio.
Right, yeah.
So she was actually having a conversation a la Die Hard. John McClane and the cop, while they were both in different parts of the house dealing with their own shit with the terrorists or the bad guys. And through those conversations, she helped him find his Christmas spirit,
got his mojo
back. And when he got the mojo back, that was funny too. Don't worry, I'm gonna find those bad guys and shovel up a coal up their ass. You don't want to stealth the naughty list. You shouldn't say ass, but that's a little better. Anus. That's anatomically correct. So I guess we're okay there.
That's okay.
There wasn't a moment that wasn't clever, funny, witty. Just fun, entertaining. I love that. And then Santa went and kicked a lot of ass, as he promised.
Just destroyed, just utterly caved in fucking skulls with that hammer.
So there was a nice little arc with Santa through the girl. Also, all the girl want for Christmas. And, it'll sound corny saying it. I just want my parents to be together again. But they did wind up together again, and it felt
natural.
Yeah, it felt organic. It didn't feel forced.
Yeah. Yep.
It felt like, you go through some traumatic shit, all the mundane bullshit that you're mad about goes away.
Yep.
And then, you found that core love. So they got together. And then at the end, Santa gets shot by one of the random bad guys, or the leader of the hit squad, the savior squad. And he's dying, and the little girls wish for him to No, I believe he's Santa because he's dead.
Yeah.
And then they get the whole family to believe in him and brings him back. So it was like little nice holiday moments.
Yep.
But, encased in a bloody bandage, seeping blood and bullets.
I was thinking, so the family, their name was like Lightstone or whatever. Like, do you think it was like they talked about like military contracts and shit like that? You think it was supposed to be like, what is it, Blackbriar? What's the name of that company? Like, it's a
You talking real
private
world?
Yeah, private security, like in like military zones and stuff. They're like the biggest American-based like mercenaries you can get.
Yeah.
They're just complete and utter like trash, like the worst fucking human beings on the planet. Like,
right. I know what you're talking about. Wasn't Betsy DeVos's brother involved in it too?
maybe Blackwater.
Yes.
They like massacred a whole bunch of like civilians in like Iraq or Afghanistan at one point. Like there's a whole big scandal about it. Either way, he was the guy who was like offering to like shuttle people out of Afghanistan while we were leaving for like $6,500 a head and some shit. Like,
Wait, but you're saying, was that a nod to them?
yeah, totally.
I will say, and maybe I missed it, and it's not needed because I think there was enough in there for it to make sense. But I thought there was going to be more behind Leguizamo's hatred of her specifically.
Oh yeah,
Because he brought up all the military contracts. I didn't know because he was so beyond just stealing the money. He seemed to really hate her, and
totally.
I thought maybe he got hung out to dry somewhere doing an operation for her, and this is just payback or something like that. I don't know. It wasn't needed. I thought they were going to have a little bit more. It's not even a critique. Probably don't need it because it worked just fine without it. But you're only as good as your villain. And Leguizamo was a great villain.
He was really good.
You could tell he was just having a blast probably playing this guy.
Hell yeah.
Just irredeemable. Well, but irredeemable, but also there was a moment, and especially when he found the list at the very end, the last fight with Santa, he found the list, which was confirmation. And I tried to quickly read everything. Killed his brother.
And he looked devastated. When he saw that he was real and that. And then like he kind of, I think he just accepted it. And he was like, "This is the last Christmas."
Well,
yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Well, the reason is he told the story of how there was a Christmas where he didn't get shit.
Right.
And the family next door got something, and he broke in, and happenstance happened. I think the grandfather there broke his neck or fell downstairs, and he startled him, and that's where his life started to turn to shit. The movie, and again, it doesn't matter in the movie,
right?
But I never got a clear idea why because Santa he said I give gifts to the kids that need it most,
right?
But why didn't Leguizamo get a gift unless he was naughty already? And I'm thinking way too much about it. I only mentioned it because it came up in the movie, and I thought that was a gray area. They never really... Because as growing up, that was... Well, not growing up because I believed in Santa. But when I, knew Santa wasn't real and realized, oh, this is a lie people tell. But then it's like, the lie doesn't work. It's like Superman. Wait, Clark Kent puts on a cape and you can't tell that's not Superman?
Right.
Are you fucking stupid? There's kids all over the world starving and not getting, they definitely not getting to Christmas. So,
well, I will say, I remember a couple years ago, like we used to always have like Santa bring like the big gifts, right? And then we read something that said, you're spending all this money to buy your kids these presents. Take credit for the big ones. Mm-hmm. Give Santa the little ones.
Right.
Because when your kids go back to school on January 2nd or 3rd or whatever it is, they're going to be going there talking about what they got for Christmas. If you say that Santa was the one who brought them the PS5, brought them the Nintendo Switch, brought them whatever their big present was, and they go back to the kid who got like a new pair of shoes or, you know, some clothes because that's what they really needed, you know. They might feel like shit, like, oh man, he got a PS5 from Santa and I got clothes. And so that was it. What they said, own the big gifts. Let Santa give them the stuff that they need. You'll keep another kid from feeling bad by doing that.
Oh, I love when he gave the guy a lump of coal, the drunk fucking dad. And the kid in the crib, like,
and stole his beers.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh man.
It's hard to talk about a movie you love so much. All I can do is just say, I love this part. I love that part.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's right up my alley, man. Like there's not much I would have done. There's not anything I would have done differently.
Well, it's nice we're not rewriting the movie this
no need.
episode.
Look, it's easy,
no need to
Mike.
write it.
You do it right. I don't need to rewrite it.
That's our favorite thing to do when we have a movie we don't like is rewrite that shit. So,
well, like I said, in real time when I was watching it, I'm like, oh, be cool if, and then they do it. Oh,
right.
Thank you. I love you guys. I think this team is behind the Sonic movie.
Oh, really?
Yes. Best known for the work on animated series Golan, The Insatiable, and Sonic the Hedgehog feature films. So
awesome.
Now I want to see Sonic.
Dude, I've told you for years to see the Sonic movies, man.
One of them directed the cult horror comedy, Hey, Stop Stabbing Me. I love it. Now I want to see that movie. What's your favorite kill? One specific kill.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah. It's hard to top that.
That was too good. And it looked good too. Mm-hmm. Like it didn't look that like it looked pretty damn good. Like it could have easily just gone into total CG horrible lookingness, but like it was CG. You could tell it was CG obviously because of what they're doing, but it looked good.
It looked like a physical thing being shoved up the chimney.
Exactly. Dude, it was so funny.
My second to that, because that's probably my favorite. I have to say, you can't beat it.
No way.
The star in the eye.
Oh, yeah?
And then when he plugs it up, like the guy's still coming for him, he plugs up the star and it electrocutes him.
Yeah.
And the guy falls and his face slowly cooks. I love it. It just... Look, the face burns for so long it starts to die out on its own while the scene plays out. Like, oh, that is so great.
That was good. That was good. That was pretty fucking good.
Now that we know that they're the writers of Sonic, you think this was their, like, blowing off Sonic's steam, like, movie? Like, oh, we got to be so family friendly. Now we get to fucking let loose. Like a violent cartoon.
But you know what? It makes sense. A violent Christmas movie, but because people who like would work on a Sonic film, like they're probably childish, you know, they have child loves, you know what I mean? Just like you and I, we love Christmas, and they probably like, dude, I love Christmas so much, but how awesome would it be if Santa was just killing everyone, but not an evil Santa? Like he was a good Santa, like protecting, like trying to save a family that he was delivering presents to and were in peril. Like, how good would that be? They're like, let's fucking write it. They broke that shit real quick.
It's such a good idea. Did you see the Mel Gibson Fat Man movie? Because he played Santa too.
I didn't see it. No.
Okay. I didn't hear much.
Did you see that? I remember talking about it. I remember you telling me about it initially, and you were like, oh, man, like, I kind of want to see this.
Yeah, I never saw it. And even when I saw the trailer, like, when I saw this trailer, like, I think in my mind, that's what I was hoping the other one would be.
Yeah, but I think the other one was way darker and
more grounded. I think Santa was enlisted by the CIA to do kills.
Oh, really?
Something like that. Something wacky like that. Like, I think this is what, if I'm going to see a violent Santa movie, this is the one.
Yeah, totally.
It's like classic Santa. The little girl was good.
She was cute.
Yeah.
She was super cute. I thought she was adorable.
I like the multicultural family, I must say. I do enjoy that inclusivity. Violent Night, currently, at least according to Wiki, is at $20 million. So that's its budget. So what's the rule? 3 times its budget
Yep.
to be profitable? I really hope fucking word of mouth.
I mean, it's only been, what, a few days?
Just first weekend, right?
Yeah.
And it was the number 2 movie, I believe. I'm hoping word of mouth. I told everyone that I even put a message in the thread at work. Told my family on the East Coast, you got to see this movie. Go see it. Go see it. Support it, because I want a sequel. I'm doing it for selfish reasons. When it finished, I turned to Robin like instant holiday classic.
Hell yeah.
This will be, unlike last week,
Oh,
a
God.
Christmas story.
What a fucking drudge
I
that
know,
was.
and I get it. That's a totally different type of movie. This is an instant holiday classic, and I hope it does well in theater because I would like to see a sequel. Who would
Dude.
be? I was playing that game on the way home. The family. Who would be Mrs. Claus? Because you got to
Well-
think Mrs. Claus might be some Viking warrior woman, maybe, or unless they go the other way and she's some prim and proper thing. But
Right.
but it's called Violent Night, so you want Mrs. Claus to get in on the action too. Charlize Theron is Mrs. Claus, maybe.
Dude, what if it was Nicole Kidman?
Nicole Kidman. And because she was in The Northman.
In The Northman?
Nicole Kidman would be great.
Oh, shit.
Let's rate it, Mike.
Let's rate it.
What do you
Okay, you go first. You rate it first. You get your choice of rating items.
This gets 4.5 rich guy balls in a nutcracker out of 5.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna do that one. I was thinking about that.
Oh, I could do another one if you want.
No.
that.
I'm glad you did that one. I'm gonna give it 4.5. 4.5 John Leguizamo torsos, like bloody, destroyed,
Bloody
completely-
spleens up a chimney
like,
out of.
yeah 4.5 bloody John Leguizamo torsos out of 5.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's 2 4.5s. You know, I don't think there's been a single 5 on this show. I don't think either of us has rated anything a 5 yet.
5 is
It's elusive.
That's perfection. That's
Yeah.
like on the level of like Godfather like level. You know what I mean? Like that feels just. It's very close. Very fucking close.
Yep.
And it could be a movie. The more I see it, the more I love it.
You might like it more.
Right? And I love it right now. So, and I want a sequel. I really do. I hope this catches on because John Wick was not a hit in the theaters.
Really?
Not really.
I'm surprised.
It did well enough, but it really fucking caught on in home video.
I still haven't watched or stayed awake during all the John Wick movies. I get tired when it's just non-stop action with no sort of story.
The reason you don't like John Wick,
There's a reason why I liked this.
there's a story. There's
Yeah.
heart. There's
Yep.
there's real holiday heart in this.
Yep.
It's, believe it or not. Like if you extracted all the violence, there is a sappy Hallmark story,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
I mean, with some rewriting. Of course, you wouldn't do that, but that's what you need to do, right? Have that so it's not just a string of violent sequences, and have a leading man, a Santa, who could pull it off, and David Harbour.
He was great.
He-
He looked great as Santa.
He looked great as Santa, and like in Stranger Things, like I said before, he's able to work with children,
Yeah.
and he's able to emote sweetness while not being sappy and sentimental. He still is tough and a regular man toughness too. My wife loves him. She thinks he's sexy because he's an average Joe kind of guy. He's like a man. But he's able to pull that off without alienating that side of him that's soft and sentimental
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
like a big teddy bear. But if you poke
Sure.
the bear, he'll fucking rip your face off.
Did they have the trailer for the Gerard Butler thing where he like plays a pilot and they like
Plane.
and like I'm watching this trailer and I'm like okay, and it's like okay, this is whatever, and then it comes on Plane and I'm like ha ha.
Yeah, it's Plane, all right. Plain.
Like it just cracked me up. I'm like laughing in the middle of the theater all by myself.
What a horrible fucking title, dude.